You believe this is your first home. It isn't.
Dr. Myason stared at the DNA sequence glowing on her monitor. Something was wrong. Human DNA didn't just resemble every living creature on Earth. It contained a tiny segment that matched nothing. Not chimpanzees. Not bacteria. Not viruses. Nothing. For decades, scientists dismissed it as junk DNA. But Maya had discovered it behaved like encrypted computer code. The sequence repeated every 17,281 base pairs, following a mathematical pattern based on prime numbers. Nature almost never does that. Someone had written it. Maya kept her discovery secret. She knew what would happen if she announced it. Either she'd become the most famous scientist in history, or everyone would call her insane. So she built an AI to decode the sequence. 3 weeks later, the AI finally produced a translation. Only one sentence appeared on the screen: "If you can read this, we failed." Maya froze. Failed? Failed at what? Before she could continue, every computer in the laboratory suddenly shut down. The lights flickered. Emergency power came on. Then, every satellite dish in the observatory turned toward the same point in space. No one had touched the controls. 3 days later, astronomers announced a shocking discovery. An object larger than Mount Everest had entered the solar system. It wasn't a comet. It wasn't an asteroid. It wasn't accelerating with rockets. It simply drifted, exactly as if it had been traveling for tens of thousands of years. Its destination: Earth. Governments panicked. Military forces prepared. Religious leaders declared prophecies fulfilled. Social media exploded with theories. The object sent no radio messages. No threats. No greetings. Only silence. 6 months later, it entered Earth's orbit. It looked ancient. Its outer shell was scarred by millions of tiny meteorite impacts. The metal had never been seen before. Exploration teams boarded the ship. Inside, nothing. No bodies. No machines running. Only dust. Thousands of empty sleeping chambers stretched farther than anyone could see. One chamber remained sealed. Its power light was still glowing. When they opened it, a woman slowly opened her eyes. She looked human. Exactly human. Not almost. Not similar. Human. She spoke a language no one recognized. Within hours, AI translated it. Her first question was simple. How long? Approximately 72,000 years, replied the interpreter. The woman's face turned pale. So, we were too late. She introduced herself as Commander Elian. Her story sounded impossible. Our world died. We sent many ships carrying the last survivors. Earth was one destination. Where are the others? Maya asked. Elian looked confused. They should already be here. No one answered. Because there were no other ships. Days later, Maya showed Elian the mysterious DNA sequence. Elian stared at it in horror. You found the inheritance code. What is it? Elian whispered, it activates only if every colony ship fails. Silence filled the room. What happens then? Elian refused to answer. That night, every newborn baby on Earth began showing the same strange phenomenon. For exactly 3 seconds after birth, their eyes glowed silver. Doctors thought it was a camera defect. It wasn't. It happened everywhere. Maya finally convinced Elian to explain. Our ancestors feared extinction. So they placed a backup program inside our DNA. What kind of program? Elian's hands trembled. If civilization ever forgot its origin, the code would wait. Wait for what? For us. The sleeping ship suddenly powered itself on. Not because anyone activated it. Because something beneath Earth answered it. Deep below Antarctica. 7 kilometers under the ice. A signal awakened. Satellites detected a perfect circle nearly 20 kilometers wide. It had been buried long before human civilization existed. The ice above it began melting from below. No volcano. No earthquake. Just heat. Artificial heat. An international team drilled into the ice. After weeks of work, they reached metal. The same metal as the ship. Impossible. Carbon. Dating showed the surrounding ice was nearly 1 million years old. Far older than modern humans. Far older than civilization. Far older than anyone expected. The buried structure opened by itself. Inside stood thousands of machines. None had rusted. None had aged. One activated as Maya entered. A hologram appeared. It wasn't alien. It wasn't human. It was something taller. Older. Its eyes contained stars. It spoke perfect English. We welcome the descendants. Everyone stared. The hologram continued. You are not our children. You are our memory. Maya felt cold. What does that mean? The hologram replied, the originals are gone. The civilization that built us disappeared hundreds of thousands of years ago. Only you remain. Silence. The room felt impossibly heavy. Then the hologram said something even stranger. You believe this is your first home. It isn't. Images filled the chamber. A blue world orbiting another. Star. Cities. Oceans. Families. Children. Laughing. Then. Darkness. The planet vanished beneath expanding fire. A dying sun. The hologram turned toward Maya. There is one final message. It paused. You have repeated our history exactly. Everyone looked confused. What history? The hologram projected a live image. Not of Earth. Of the night sky. Hundreds of tiny objects were approaching the solar system. Not one. Hundreds. Generation ships. Each carrying descendants who had left before their civilization ended. Each believing Earth was empty. Each expecting to become humanity's future. Instead, they were coming home. Maya whispered, how long until they arrive? The hologram answered, some will arrive in 50 years. Some tomorrow. And one. It stopped. Has already landed. The room fell silent. Maya slowly looked around. Scientists. Soldiers. Engineers. Politicians. Any one of them could already be from that ship. Watching. Waiting. Smiling. The light suddenly went out. A voice echoed through the darkness. Soft. Calm. Almost familiar.